Hello everyone, I'm Steve and you're watching Tabletop Union. Today we are looking at a very highly reflective plastic covered box. It's for Warhammer Age of Sigmar, Regiments of Renown, Slaves to Darkness, Hargax's Pit Beasts. Now, these three models, like they're monsters, I guess, kind of. Well, maybe not him. Not sure how it works. They were released for Warcry initially, several years ago, and I loved them. I wanted to get them, but I couldn't really justify the costs. So being able to get all three of them in a discount box was really hard to pass up. I was not going to get them right up until I added them to my card. Basically, it's just, I love the Myrmidon so much. The Sphinx is also cool, and the Fulmar is cool, but he's definitely not my least favorite of the three. This over. I think this is like to scale. So there's a bit of variation on the Fulmar. You can change which face you give him. One is single eye is armored, where in this one it's unarmored. And on the Sphinx you can change the head and horns, which is cool. Though I think I'd still use this one. Yeah. And then the Myrmidon, he's just one build, but that build is awesome. I hope the shield is not attached to the arm and that it's like separate so I can paint it separately. That'll be let's look and see when we get inside. So yeah, let me get this plastic off. And we'll open her up. That away. Move that bit of plastic away. Okay, so no tray or anything. It's just all right. So we got three bases. That'll be for the Sphinx. And then, I don't know. I'll say this one's the Crusher and this one's the Myrmidon. I would have thought they'd be on the same one, but the spruce to the side. So first things first with the Myrmidon. Let us see. Oh, it looks like the shield's going to be separate. Awesome. Great. So I'll be leaving that off so that I can paint it separately. That's super. Good job, GW. And he uses the 50mm base. Yep. So the 60mm is the Crusher, Fulmar Crusher. And here you can see, maybe it'll focus, the two different heads. Not super clear. They're very similar except for like the piece of armor. Like the mouths are a little different, but yeah. And so I believe something with them is like their hands like turning to stone or something. And they lob rocks at people and also just punch the crap out of them. Yeah, they got like this bit of masonry that's like chained to their hand, and like a boulder in the other hand. Oh man, that is no longer in focus. I apologize. Wow. So there. I got the Mind Stealer Spheranx. This one, like you notice, they all say Warcry because they're originally for Warcry. Now they're part of the Slaves to Darkness army. This one, I don't know if it still is, but it was a very powerful ally you could put with your Chaos Warbands in Warcry. So yeah, the horns and the faces are different. Let's use the other horns build. Otherwise, not a lot of parts. Let's look at the sprues. So, here we have the Crusher. Well, no wonder he's on the 60mm base. He's got this big scenic bit. That's cool. Yeah, he's a big boy. Like, his torso is my thumb to the first knuckle. So, yeah. Here, I'll turn on a bit more light. I try and keep the lights off lately because of all the glare it gives. I'm looking at different options I can do for lighting, but we're not there yet. Yeah, lots of really nice detail here. You can see like a little like human-sized helmets. Wow. Yeah, he's a big boy. And there we got the two heads. The one without the eye armor is saying "What's up?" Shoulder pad armor here. Nothing really to look at on this side. Yeah, very nice, very nice. I'm very impressed, and that was my least favorite of the three. Here we have the Mind Stealer Spheranx. It's got a bit of a sculpted base thing going on here too, for it to sort of be up on its front paws. And these horns are tempting, but just these single braids or whatever hanging down isn't quite as cool as all that's going on here. There's even more here. But yeah, here's like it's like chest, really nicely sculpted, fluffy looking fur going on there. Does it have two different chests? Let's go back to this. So here the chest isn't added. So yeah, there are two different chest pieces. I think. Yeah, you can do 10 and 12. I don't know. Yes. Guess this uses parts 10, 11, and 12. This uses parts 15, 16, and 17. And it depends on which horns you're going to use, I guess. So we'll look at, there's like the of armor on this one. Paint like a nice like gem or like an eye in there or something. And this one's just more like filigree and stuff. Although you can paint smaller little gems there. But yeah, I mean, it's, see, the length of it is like my thumb basically, but that's not even including like the neck or the head. So it's a big model too. I mean, the base is one of the larger cavalry bases, so it's not really that surprising. Yep, that's nice. Nice. And here we have the Myrmidon. And so the first Ogroid was the Thaumaturge from Silver Tower that was part of the Disciples of Tzeentch. And then we got this Myrmidon. And now they've got like a whole, well, it's not a lot, but there's like a whole unit of Ogroids you can have in Slaves of Darkness. So that's pretty cool. I like that they've expanded them. They're neat designs. Sort of a cross between like a Minotaur and an Ogre, but not a lot like a Minotaur. Like the legs are like a Minotaur. And with the hooved feet. There's his spear. That's nice and long there. I have pretty big hands, so yeah. So happy the shield is separate piece. I think he's glue these skulls onto it too. Cool. I hate it when it's like the shield is attached, like is sculpted with like the hand and arm. This is great. So I'm very happy with this box. All right, we're back. And I guess we'll look at the Ogroid first. We'll go from smallest to largest. So I just got him poster tacked to the base, and then the shield is just poster tacked onto his arm. Yeah, he's pretty cool. It's funny how he seems small in comparison to the other two, but he's still pretty big. I feel like he's maybe larger than the Ogroid Thaumaturge was, but that's just the impression I get. I've never actually seen the Thaumaturge like in person. Bit went together really well, really easy. Not even a lot of gaps that I need to worry about. So, and a lot of them can just be sort of covered up with some extra thin plastic, cement, glue, whatever. So yeah, very nice. I like him a lot. Now, which one would be the next biggest? Well, this one's bulkier, but shorter, I guess. So first of all, you got like a size comparison. So Fulmord Crusher is a good chunk bigger than the Myrmidon. Now, you had options with the head, and you had options with both hands actually. So I have it with like both of them with the chain bit of masonry on them. But you can also put like this one can hold like a boulder, and this one also can hold like a boulder, but it's got some like detail on it, some like from a structure. Just get the sprue here. We'll look at what's left. So yeah, you have that one left. I went for this one because A, I don't have to paint an eye then, and B, if memory serves me, the lore behind the Fomoroids is they used to be like creatures of order. They were builders. They constructed like all the buildings and that in the all points, which is sort of like the hub that connects to all the realms. And then when Chaos invaded and Archeon took the all points and made it the 8 points, they were enslaved and driven mad. And now they're just devolved. And I think that's really sad. And that face just like really sort of personifies that. It made me feel a little sad. So what can I say? So yeah, you also have 2 fists here. So this one here is just holding the small piece, whereas this one holds like this and this together, and then this bit here goes on, covers this part. So it's like a bit of masonry as well, but it's to be checked. I just like the look of the chains, so that's what I went with. All right, and finally, we'll look at the Mind Stealer Spheranx. And I'll do like a lineup of all of them together, but yeah, you can see sort of like the length and height of this is pretty good. Not as chunky as the Crusher, but yeah. This one probably took the most work. Just a lot of sort of like some things really were hid very well. Like in here, once it's painted, you're not really going to see that line as a dark line like that. And I've taken some glue and filled in the gaps here. I'm going to take a sanding sponge and do a bit of sanding just to make it smoother. But there's just a lot of nubs of from where it joined to the sprue to clean up. I opted for these horns just because I like the sort of like, I like the ones that were upswept, but this gave like sort of like a different sort of counter shape, I thought, to the rest of it. And I went for the head, the face that was mouth closed, just because I liked it more. So if you want it sort of like turned around facing this way, you use this piece here. And if you want it facing more like this way, you use the other one. So the necks are just sort of like twisted different directions. It doesn't matter which horn or face you use with which neck. It's just how you want to orient it. So yeah, we got a bit of leftover stuff here. So that means, so yeah, the neck is 3 parts. These are the horns. And I really did like that. I didn't really care much for this as much. I like the sort of like clumps of braids like that are sort of like giving you a sense of movement. And I went for, this is the other head, which is like, has the lower jaw with like the tongue coming out. And it just looks a little more derpy to compared to this one, in my opinion. This one looks very sort of sinisterly regal. Yeah, it's like armored instead of just the bare head. But yeah, so I mean, you could make some other weird kit bash using that neck and head and that if you want, and some other kind of body. So that's something you can do. And then, like I said, I'll do like a line up here. Pardon me while I show you the stuff in the background. It's all messy. But yeah, that's how they sort of size up to each other. Hopefully it's not too bad with that all shifting around like that for the viewer. But yeah, I'm very happy with them. They are fantastic models. If you wanted them, and if you can manage to find the Regiment of Renown with them still, I would definitely recommend getting it because you get them at a discount. And yeah, what do you think? Pretty cool? What do you think of the whole Regiments of Renown thing? Is it just them trying to unload stock? Some of them I'd say yes, but like these, I imagine these have sold decently. I mean, maybe they haven't. Maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, if you enjoyed this, consider giving it a like, and maybe subscribe if you want more. And I'll hopefully see you next time. Bye.